Lifting up the voices of people in Raleigh. Today, the City Council voted to bring back the groups that help elected officials and the public communicate with each other.
It comes after those groups actually lost their funding 4 years ago. Sean Coffey live here in Raleigh tonight to explain what it means. Sean.
Yeah, Steve, Lauren, those community groups, or CACs as they're known, are supposed to increase communication between elected officials and the residents who are impacted by their decisions. And their numbers have dwindled since their funding was cut, as you mentioned, especially in historically black and underserved parts of Raleigh. And now supporters of the movement say that by lifting these groups back up, especially at a time of increased gentrification and development, those voices will be amplified yet again.
I want to show residents that their voices are being heard and acted on.
An emotional vote.
I hope this motion will close a painful chapter in our history and open the door to building something that's gonna outlive us all.
And a harsh exchange of words at City Council on Tuesday after Mayor Mary-Ann Baldwin was accused of helping cut funding for community engagement groups 4 years ago.
You can blame me, but I didn't. And that little smile on your face, I know you're feeling really good right now.
Can we get a, let's get a motion in a second.
Raleigh City Council surprising the mayor with a vote to bring back support for those groups Tuesday.
All right, all in favor?
Since that funding stopped, their numbers have dwindled, especially in underserved and historically black neighborhoods in the city.
I think the impact on minorities will have a lot to do with trust and transparency. A lot of that may have been lost in the past, but our new relationships can improve that.
Ulysses Lane runs one of the few CACs in Southeast Raleigh that survived the previous cuts and says with gentrification and new development, more engagement is needed.
Bringing back the citizens, especially in minority areas, to be able to understand and what is going on with the city and also speak what their concerns are.
Robert Rice leads the groups that remain in Raleigh and says Tuesday's vote will help shift power back from City Hall to community centers around the city.
It's just really hard for some communities to be heard or to to get information or to raise an issue, to get any kind of input or action. So the CACs were meant and designed to help that happen.
Supporters of these groups point out they have deep roots here in the capital city. They were first established 50 years ago at the urging of Raleigh's first black mayor, Clarence Leitner, and have really risen in terms of numbers since then. And are especially valuable, they say, for folks who can't make it down to City Hall in the middle of a workday. So obviously some big changes when it comes to the civic engagement process here in Raleigh with this vote. Live in Raleigh, Sean Coffey, ABC 11, Eyewitness News.